So for my human activity process, I'm going to be showing the process of how I'm going to make my dinner today, which was enchiladas. There's many different ways you can achieve this plate. I've done it a few different ways, a few different methods, but today I just went with what was easier for me today. So this is what I'm going to be doing today for my video. So for the enchiladas, we're going to be making two salsas. We're going to be making a green one and a red one for the enchiladas. So we will need some cilantro, some oregano, some cumin, some serrano chiles, peppers, some chiles de árbol, 2 cloves, corn pepper, I believe it's called, green tomatoes. We'll do about 5. We will need 15 of these, 2 pieces of onion. We're gonna have 10 chili pods in total. I think 5 is California and 5 is Guajillo, and then 3 garlic cloves. So for the 5 chiles de árbol, you want to toast them, but you don't want to let them burn, just as long as they get toasted, because once they burn, they will give it like a bitter taste. Today I'm gonna be stuffing my enchiladas with potatoes. Just to make sure like it's done, you just stick a fork, and if it goes right through, then they're fine. And then you just want to boil your 5 green tomatoes. I already boiled the 5 chili, so that should be fine. So for our green salsa, we're ready to blend it. I threw in some chicken bouillon, some salt, some oregano. I threw in one of the pieces of the onions. I threw in some of the cilantro. And then I almost forgot, you have to throw in a whole garlic clove. You want to put water about like halfway. I haven't added the rest, but now you're ready to blend for the salsa. So for our red salsa, we already boiled it, the chili pods, and we threw it on the blender. And we're going to be using 2 corns and the corn pepper, I believe that it's called. You want to throw in the 5 chiles de árbol that you had toasted earlier. You want to throw in the piece of onion also, and then throw in either 2 or 1 garlic clove. I'm going to just go with 2. Go in with a little pinch of cumin, and then for your oregano, you kind of want to just get a pinch, I guess, and then I usually just shred it on my hand, and then I dump it in there. So we can do a little more than that. So that's fine, and then you just want to grind it like between your hands. You might want to add a little bit of water. Your salt, you can add it at the end, just so you can get it to taste however you want. So once we have our red salsa blended, you want to strain it into a flat bowl, just enough where your tortilla is able to land on, and then just go ahead and move it around so you can get as much of the salsa down. And then you would just want to strain it so any of the little bits of like the chili pods that get cut on and your salsa isn't too thick and your tortilla doesn't grab onto any of the little bits of the chili pods. So as for the process of getting your tortillas to be ready, you just want to take your tortilla, dip it into the red salsa, just get a good coverage on it. Then you go ahead and bring it over to your pan with the oil. You just let it fry on each side. You don't want to let it fry up too much because the tortilla can get soft and it can grip up on you as you're like moving it or you're trying to take it out. So as long as you feel that it's like soft already, then you can go ahead and take it out like this one. It's already good. You don't need to have it on for a lot. A few seconds on each side is fine. Once you feel that it's soft, then you can just go ahead and take it out and move it onto a plate. And you can just make as many as you want, or you can just make enchiladas up until you use like the rest of your salsa. So then again, you just dip it and then you just throw it onto your pan. You let it fry on each side for a few seconds, not too long, and then you just take it out and start with a new one. So as far as toppings go, everything is totally like optional. You can top with whatever you want. It's not necessarily just this, but usually I'll go in with some sour cream, some onions, some avocado, some cabbage, some cheese, and our salsa. So it's totally up to you what toppings you want to use, but this is what I'm using for today. So to make the plate, my dad asked for 5. So usually I'll go in with liquids first, which would be the sour cream and then the salsa. So I'll just drizzle some on there. You know, just spread it out, I guess it's fine. Then you just go with however much you want. I usually just try to get everything even, honestly. I like my stuff to be really coated. Then we can go in with some salsa. It doesn't have to be too perfect, honestly. Usually next I'll go in with some cheese. So I'll just spread that around. Try to get it evenly on there. I'll go in with some onion. I'll just try to take the pieces apart as I go. Then we can do some cabbage. Just place it everywhere, randomly, whichever. And then to top it off, we'll go in with some more salsa. And then you can add either more toppings on top or just keep it at that. Doesn't matter. And then I'll just go in with a few slices of avocado. So this is my dad's plate right here. It's kind of messy, but I'm sure it's good.